I'm on this Kansas State Texas game,
Gotcha.
and I ain't on Kansas State because everybody on Kansas State. I am not on Kansas State. I am on this Texas team. When I look back to this game, I know where did it start? Where did you get this line? Was it -9?
I got it at +9 on the look ahead. K State. Yep. Right
Yeah.
before the last games kicked off. Right before, well, like basically Friday night before K State blew the doors off Houston, and then before everyone got to see Malik Murphy for the first time.
Right, right. So let me ask you boys this. Where this game sits now, do you agree with this line? Because
Mm.
I'm having a hard time seeing this line. Now I like Texas in this game, and if I was playing Texas, I would put them in a teaser, and I actually do have them in a teaser. But even straight, like, do we really think Kansas State is going to hang with Texas in Texas? Like Kansas State, like their two losses have been on the road in tough places to play, right? They lost at Mizzou and they lost at Oklahoma State. Now they fought back in Texas Tech is a tough place to play at. But I mean, we're talking about Missouri and Oklahoma State too. And now you got to go to Texas to kind of fight that fight against Texas. I know Murphy's not yours, but shit. They
So
threw up what 35, 34 points last game with him at QB. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I think it's a huge overreaction here. Like huge overreaction.
well, just historically, the way they play each other, they played tight games. I think it's only been over the past 6, 7 years that there's only been one big blowout between these two teams. You're talking five point
Yeah.
But is
five point
Kansas State
differences.
losing by a touchdown, a blowout? I'm not saying a blowout. I'm looking at the line. The line is -4. This ain't like -10.
I mean, I think to answer your
So
question, I think the line is pretty sharp. Like it's saying that the history between these two teams is about a 5 point difference. So you're getting 4.5. You got two. I mean, both these teams are really good. Texas is a tough team. Kansas State's a tough team too. Um, I think the line is fair.
Hmm.
I
Yeah, I'm
all
mean,
about to
right.
look.
So I think the look ahead line was way off.
mhm.
I think because of matchup wise and with you, the look ahead line knew that Ewers was going to be out, right? That was not a 1 week injury. So when that K
Mm,
State line dropped, you knew that was before Malik Murphy played, but you knew going into K State it wasn't Quinn, right? You knew it was no matter what, it was either going to be
Mhm.
Manning or Murphy. So when the line dropped at 9, I think that line got hammered. So I think what happened was the books got so much exposure from the look ahead line from sharps, and now they won't let you put down, no one will let you put down a 6 figure bet on a look ahead line. No book will ever take that. You would need a million runners putting down like $500 bets over and over and over in different places, and then they would finally catch on what's going on. But I do think now that the line is settled, like the new lines come out and then it's been bet down even further, I do think we've started to get into territory where it's trending into Texas's favor. Um, I don't think at 4 I could bet Kansas State anymore. I've got 9, so I love Kansas State at 9. I am starting to look at to middle this. Um, if this thing drops to 3.5, I'm going to start taking Texas and look to hit both sides. So I am with Nate at the current line. At 4, I lean Texas just because I think in the end, this is two teams with Malik Murphy. Texas becomes a running team, right? And it's two teams that like to run at each other. The difference is going to be ball security and defensive line, and Texas has the much better defensive line. So as long as they don't have 3 or 4 turnovers and lose the turnover margin by 3 or 4, they should kind of win because they're D line. So that's how I handicap it. But I think 9 points is way too much.
yeah, I agree with the look ahead line. I see that, but I'm just like you guys were talking about. They played them tough, and I get the history, right? But I'm looking back all the way to 2017. I mean, Texas has covered this number in every game but one. You know what I mean? So I just You know what I mean? And I know we're talking about some really good Texas teams, probably, right? We're going back. When did Vince Young come out? What was that? How far back was Vince Young?
Oh, 05, oh five.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm way off. So who was like in these last like 5 years? Texas, what McCoy? McCoy was running it.
McCoy is like early 2010s.
Yeah.
So who was before yours?
I mean, they had
Anybody.
they
It could be
haven't
me. I
they
may have been
haven't
out there.
had they haven't had good quarterbacks.
Nobody worried
Not
about no
any kind of
Texas.
NFL ones.
Nobody
Yeah.
been worried
Okay.
about Texas since Colt McCoy. But I think what they're looking at too, they know that Texas is going to have to be a run team, right? That's we both
Hmm.
agree that. We agree Texas is going to have to run the football. Well, Kansas
Yeah.
State is good against the run. They're ranked 24th in the country. They only allow 109 yards, I think, on the ground, and limit the rush attempts. So I mean, I think the line is sharp. I think where sharp cut the line, and yet at a +9. I mean, God, what a great opportunity there. I wish I had followed you on that. But
Yeah.
I mean, at plus 4.5, -4.5. I'm exactly what Sharp said. At this point, it's very sharp. You can't go left or right. I don't think I can go against Texas at 4. And do I want Kansas State at 4.5? I don't know. But I did put them in a teaser though. So go Wildcats.
All right. So for Kansas State versus Texas, Texas is -4. Total is 49.5. Money line -185. I did do another team prompt here, and I feel like you guys might talk me off this, but I mean,
Hmm?
I like Texas to score here, man. I really do. I'm looking at the last couple games here, and they've scored over 27 points in the last 3 out of 4 games. If we're going to be using the numbers, I understand
But
the. Go ahead.
here's the thing, Nate. On that, here's the one thing on that, and I brought this up just because I wanted to be double just to be sure on this. They beat BYU last week, 35-6.
Hmm.
But BYU passed for more yards than Texas did. Texas just beat the brakes off them in the run game, and their defensive line caused hella havoc.
Hmm.
So, like it kind of what Diddy said, like Texas with Murphy is going to have to run, and that plays into exactly how Kansas State wants to play.
Hmm.
So, and what I'm seeing right now is I think this is an under game. Like, I don't think this game gets to 49.5 without a bunch of defensive chaos. Like, I see this as more of a rock fight. Like, I don't think this line 49 to me is like Texas's defense is too good to allow Kansas State to run all over them unless they're just giving them short field after short field. And I don't think Texas is going to let Malik Murphy lose the game for them by passing. So to me, this just screams take the under. Not to cut you off there on your prop, but like I would be a little worrisome on any team total props over just because I think this game has a chance to be really low scoring.
No, I want to win money, right? That's the name of the game. I want to win money. So I'm listening to what you boys are telling me, right? I'm listening to different ways that we're looking at it, because I'm better at NFL. I just am. But the numbers are telling me that I'm okay at college, right? From the recap. But what you're telling me history and how these teams are play, and it's starting to really make sense for me. I was going to go team total over here for Texas because I think Texas is going to win the game, but I'm going to change my pick here. I like Texas here. I'm going to take the number at Texas -4. I'm just going to go with my gut because I think Texas is going to win this
Yeah.
game, and I think they're going to win this game by at least a touchdown.
And what is the total, Nate? I mean, I'll tell you right away.
49.5.
No,
That
what's
just
the
seems
what's
too
the
high for a running. This is going to be run versus run.
what's the
You mean
team
the total that I was going to take?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the team total I was going to take was over 27.5.
Yeah, that's high. That's high. I mean,
I was going to take over 27 and a
Like
half.
I see
Because
this as I see this as a first man. I don't know. I just I'm with you. I think you took the better bet here. To be honest, I like Texas at 4 much more than I like them to score 27 over.
yeah.
well, I'm looking at the total too, right? I'm looking at the total. It's 50 points. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at it like somebody's got to score, right? And I'm thinking like if I'm on the Texas side, to me Texas has got to score. is going to score points. I don't think it's going to be
But
a 21-17 game. I mean, it could be. I just don't think that's what what it's going to look like. And I
I
just
think
think
it's more
in
likely to be
Texas,
27-17. And
I
like you
mean, and that's
said,
cool.
Texas
That's
kind of
cool.
strangles them.
Yeah, but my feel is in Texas. Like I understand the running, but in Texas, like that team is going to feel comfortable in Texas. They just are, when they play. And like I said, Kansas State on the road has not been the Kansas State with the stats and the numbers that we're talking about, right? Kansas State has gotten beat up on the road at tough places to play. And I think, Diddy, you said it already before. You've been on this Missouri team for a while, and
Amen.
and at that time, they got out of that game and they scored. They put 30 points on. Now,
Well,
obviously, they threw for 360 yards,
that was the game that turned. That was the game that opened my eyes. So
right? You know, but that they put up some numbers, but I'm gonna switch the bet. I'm gonna go one unit, and then I like Texas anyway. I did like Texas anyway, but when I first did it, it was on per the team total. But give me Texas -4 for a unit. If you're seeing this video right now, that means you made it to the end. So congratulations. You are now almost officially part of the money team.
MoneyPot.
How do you become a part of the money team? If you're new to the channel, you have to hit the subscribe button. We want to blow this brand up. It's not me versus you or us versus them. It's us versus the sports book, us versus the bookman, aka the boogeyman. So make sure you're on the winning side and the winning team. I got bonus content up here for you guys to choose from. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. This is Moss Money. This is Money Pot. This is Money Pot Betting.